Here's the chorus pad sound. And you'll hear that in the track. And here's how I set up the sound. So obviously I'm going to start with an initial setting which you saw in the last tutorial. And we go over to the oscillator, that needs to be central. Now oscillator mix, we're going to mix the two oscillators together and tune them. There we go. Need to be on 8 foot, both of these, and the wave shape is on square. Wave shape on square here, and the width is central. Filter in the middle, resonance at the bottom, key track in, no modulation depth or envelope depth. LFO round about here. As we work downwards, no noise, no VCA bias. We're going to have a little look at the envelopes now. So envelope number 1 is round about here, sustain, decay, round about here, sustain central, release about there. And because we're not using envelope 2, we don't need to bother about that at all. We can leave it at the default settings. So the delay time, now a lot of these sounds have used reverb, but you can use a mixture of reverb and the delay. So we'll set up the delay, that's central. Repeats about there, and just whatever you want to balance the mix, I'll set it on the maximum setting that I've got for this particular sound. Drive 0, tone in the middle, level in the middle. We've done this bit here. Then we'll move to the output level. That needs to match up with the equipment that you're using. That's 0, 0, 0. Portamento about there. Attenuator 1 about there. Attenuator 2 right smack in the middle. Now I've called this sound chorus pad, and the reason it's a pad sound, you'd normally associate that with polyphonic synths, but I've built up layers of sounds, parts should I say, using this sound, and I've called it chorus because we've got a facility on here that's called pulse width modulation. Now oscillator 1, if I just select that for the moment, we've got a pulse wave here. At the moment it's square, but we've got manual control over the pulse width here. So I'm going to turn this down for the moment, and you can hear the pulse width changing. What it's doing there is emphasizing different harmonics within the harmonic spectrum, and when you move this fairly rapidly, it sounds like chorus. On some of the early Korg and Roland synths, they used to actually label that setting as chorus and not pulse width modulation, but pulse width modulation is what it is. Roland went on to produce a chorus unit which used a delay line. Now we can use a delay line in the same way, so I'm going to show you how to use that. So setting up the delay line to provide us with chorus. First of all, I'll turn the mix all the way down, I'll turn the repeats all the way down, I'll turn the time all the way down. Then I'll need a patch cable. So I'm patching out from the LFO at a fairly slow rate, the rate that was set for the patch, and I'm going to use the LFO uni. Now the LFO output is a bipolar setting, so you get positive and negative values, but in this particular case I'm just going to use the positive values and put that into attenuator 1. I come out of attenuator 1 and now I can go into the delay time. Nothing at the moment. Turn the attenuator 1 up, turn the mix to 50%, and there's chorus. You can alter the time and the repeats. Let's try altering the time and the repeats. gets a bit wacky. So just a normal chorus are these two knobs all the way down. The repeats should give you flanging. But that's just a different way of getting chorus. The downside of using the delay circuit for effects is that you tend to have a slight loss in quality, and the first thing that you lose is a bit of the top end. You could put the top end back in with the tone control. The other thing is that if I then unpatch that and go back to the original setting, we find that attenuator 2 is pre-patched to have pulse width modulation, and that goes for both oscillators. You can also, introducing the second oscillator, put the pitch, alter the pitch just so that it's wherever you'd like it really, so you can get a more chorus effect. Another thing to watch out for is your pitch setting, overall octave setting on your computer or keyboard. It produces a nice sound at that octave, but if you take the octave down, you can get a bit of pitch variation, so you have to watch out for that by taking the attenuator down a little bit, and that should solve it.